you guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test. Netflix here, guys. So Netflix actually had a very good. So in the streaming wars, Netflix continues to perform very well. In its first quarter 2024 earnings were reported last week, and they had a 9.33 million paid subscriber number reported. Now, certainly, part of this could be the fact that they've cracked down on the multiple logins, so it's harder you can't just share your login with several people like you could in the past. So they definitely cracked down on that. So I'm sure that was a factor. But globally, in quarter one, so they reached. Let's see here. I'm sorry. Analyst consensus estimates were Netflix to add 3.93 million paid globally in quarter one to reach 264 million paid subscribers globally. Pretty amazing stuff for a company that started out just renting DVDs.
Convincing idiot numbers. Wow.
Right.
Very close. Very close. A little bit more to go. They're about a third of our average listens.
Sure.
So that's good for them. Good for them. They'll keep working on it here. So
we still got their number in Guatemala, though.
Yes,
that's right. And in Thailand, you did that press junket there.
That's all me. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And interesting statistic they've announced on top of that. So even though they're doing very well in their numbers, they've announced that in 2025 they're going to stop reporting subscriber numbers as part of their key performance metric, which is interesting. It's like,
why? It's weird.
I don't know why. It's just they continue to gain subscribers. So
I guess when you hit like every person on the planet has your service, I mean, what else can you say?
I don't know. The CEO, co-CEO Greg Peters said that on the last earnings call we just talked about, that their number of subscribers has been, quote, a decreasingly relevant measure for the health of the company's business. He cited as an example the paid sharing initiative, which gives primary account holders the option to add an extra member for an incremental monthly fee, and those extra members are not counted as separate subscribers. Meanwhile, with Netflix's advertising plan, higher engagement is tied to higher revenue per member, as opposed to the fixed per sub revenue on the plans with no ads. So they're basically saying we're just going to report out probably like any standard business. Here's our earnings and profits and that type of thing, not necessarily the number of subscribers, because they must think it's some kind of a misleading number. So let's report out on the money metrics instead.
That makes sense.
So yeah. So there you go. I'm not sure looking for a question there or a comment or something like that. I know we all have subscriptions to Netflix. You know what? I think I do watch personally some of these streaming services, but I think I probably tend to watch more Netflix myself than probably the other streaming services. So how about you guys? So I know you have different services. Do you tend to watch more Netflix? What do you tend to watch? Or no, you watch other streaming services, and what are those that you may watch more? Go ahead, Nick.
It depends for me. It's top three all the time. Okay. And I would say it's probably top two. The Netflix and Max are probably the ones that I use the most frequently. Those are my top two because they both have a lot of the content that I like to watch on them. We've got like 7 or 8 different streaming services, but those are the big two for me. Right now I watch Netflix every day when I'm watching Seinfeld on my lunch break, or there's all kinds of great TV series or stand-up comedy specials that I want to watch. Their constant rotation of movies, always, there's always good stuff in there. I like the way that the algorithm is, or I shouldn't say the algorithm necessarily, but the way there's so many subcategories. You could just keep scrolling down and down and going through all the different, little subcategories of things that they have laid out for you because you watch this, because you watch that, and they have all these little different, breakdowns of the content that they have. But I definitely use Netflix, even furthermore, if I'm just laying down at night and I don't have anything in mind, I have nothing that I'm aiming for. I'm gonna watch this tonight, and I just want to watch something, and I'm gonna browse. Netflix is the first one I open up every time. It's
Have you
just
thought about
it's
opening up those
default.
videos I've sent you?
It's by default. I have thought about it. Yeah, I've decided against it because of that whole on the watch list, the Thailand thing, and I don't.
Yeah, then
I don't need
you're right. Yeah,
whatever.
don't open those.
That feels
Do
like a
not.
trap.
Yeah.
But no, Netflix is the default one. If I'm just aimlessly browsing, Netflix is the first one I open without even thinking about it. I don't know if that's because they were kind of the first one, and they don't give me any reason not to continue to use it. Like I said, they keep a good flow of things. There's always something. There's always something to watch on Netflix, and even if there's a few shows that I could just flip on at any time and just kind of zone out to. There's nature shows. There's all whatever. You can just throw on something and fall asleep if that's what you're looking to do. Or there's always classic, comedy movies on there. But yeah, Netflix is still I feel like the number one service for me at least.
Very good. Dean, what do you think?
Don't bother me. Oh, sorry. No, actually, I canceled all of my other services. I only subscribe to Peacock, and I pay double just so I can eliminate all the shows on that besides Night Court and Quantum Leap. So those are the only two shows I watch on a loop. Everything else I've canceled. Yeah, of course, Netflix is like I have the smart TV where I have the bottom strip and it gives you the most watched things. YouTube's number one because I go there. The kids watch the quick videos and whatnot.
And ours, of course,
the quick videos. That's right, of course. Subscribe to Convincing Idiots, boys. What's Uncle Nick saying this week? That's fun. That's what what they're clamoring for.
I like to serve him a drink next time he's over. Yeah,
they get violently ill when they flip through it. But Netflix is number two, and then it goes like I think Prime or Apple TV or stuff like that. But yeah, Netflix is definitely top of the list for the same reason you guys said. The choices that you get, my only argument, and I guess it is primarily for Netflix over the rest, is that there's been so many different TV shows, or I don't call them TV shows, but shows in general that you get into that they cancel way too quickly. I think we've talked about this before, but there's been so many of those shows out there and it does make you gun shy to watch a new show because you're like, well, shit, am I going to get into a season? And they're going to, obviously they want to, to continue. So they're going to make the last episode a cliffhanger. And just knowing that you're not going to get to see the conclusion of whatever the story is being told, that bothers me. I know that has nothing to do with what we were talking about, but
answer the question, please.
Then
that Brian asked you.
Then the answer is yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, Netflix certainly they definitely reinvest money into original content. I think that's definitely one thing that helps keep them, as popular as they are. I mean, some of their movies are, pretty big budget movies to where it's like they spend money they spend budget on their own movies that are, normal theater quality level of film, and they certainly won their share of, I don't know, Max has won their share of Emmys and things as well. Max is another one that definitely produces a lot of high quality
but that's HBO.
original programming. That's
HBO
true.
Yeah, they've been at this for a while.
Yeah.
They've got it built up. Yeah.
They got a head start on everybody.
It is astounding, and I know we talked about it about, I don't know how long ago, but sometime within the last year or so, we did a little segment about Netflix, and it's crazy. It is crazy to think back in such a short time, when they were just mailing you DVDs in the mail, and you'd send them back, and they'd send you another one, and you didn't even, in the beginning, you didn't even fucking, you had the ones that were on your list, but you didn't control which one even came next. Just one of the ones you want to see is going to show up at your door.
Right.
It's just wild. They really have made astounding leaps in a very, very short amount of time.
They could do
Absolutely.
more about the foot fetish videos and content on there. Other than
Sure.
that, I think
Yeah.
they do fine.
Yeah, based on what you watch, you may enjoy these. And Dean's list is like all feet.
All feet.
Because you watched
All
Feet on
feet.
the Street number 4, these are recommended for you.
Not
right.
as good as 3, but
Yep.
but still,
Right.
they switched up the cinematographer.
Mhm.
It lacked a little bit of that oomph that I appreciated from the first 3, but it was still very good. It was still very good.
Yep. Turkish bath feet 14. We watched that at the Dean's the other day, actually.
And I still think you should have won an Emmy for that, Brian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pavement Pounders, what is this?
That was not a foot thing. I want to warn you, if you're looking for a foot thing, Pavement Pounders was not it. It is a totally different genre.
Yeah. I was featured in Flintstone Feet 5. So check that out. That's pretty good. Yeah.
I didn't know you could
If you like-
spread your toes like that. It was
Yeah. Yeah. If you like Fred Flintstone looking feet, then look no further. Everybody, Gen X Brian with Millennial Nick and Zennial Dean. We need more people besides Nick's mom watching us. Give us a like and subscribe.
Ham gravy.